Welcome to the pascom 18 Release Keynote. My name is James Barton. Alongside me I have pascom CEO Matthias Paquet, who will be providing us with a sort of live demonstration of everything that's going on. And I'll be
not of everything, but of the most important
of the most important parts, yeah. So yeah, firstly, welcome everybody. Great to see so many of you here. And before we start, a few bits and pieces. Those of you who have attended one of our keynotes before will know this, but I have to repeat it anyway because we've got some newbies on the line. On the right-hand side of your screen, unless you're in full screen mode, you will see a name box with underneath a question. As we go through the presentation, we are going to start with the product, the new information, and so on and so on. And then at the end, we're going to have a Q&A session. So put your questions in as they pop up into your head. And then at the end, we'll go through them all, starting at the top. And hopefully, we'll have time to get through all your questions. If not, then you just contact me, and then I'll answer them as best I can. So, Matthias, what should we start off with? I think the new appliance.
Yes, so start with something which is not so fancy than the pascom 18, but also very good.
Yeah.
That's the new appliance. With pascom 18, we start shipping a new appliance for those of you who want to do on-site installations with our product and not use the cloud product. This new appliance is only for VoIP installations.
Yes, it's an all-IP, SIP only.
What does this mean? No ISDN, no analog. Yeah. Now you could argue, yes, I don't need ISDN because it's shut down in most of the European countries, but I need analog lines.
Yes, you could.
So what can I do then? Use ATA adapters for your fax machine and so on and so forth. They are very, very small. You can put them directly next to your fax machine, for instance, put it in, and then it's Ethernet, and then go ahead. Yeah. So it's easy.
And it's a very cost-effective way.
Yeah, it's cost-effective. Yeah. I don't know what it costs, maybe you, because
I do know actually, off the top of my head. But yeah, I do know. But if you've got any questions along those lines about ATAs and so on, then get in contact with us, and of course we'll help you out.
Yeah,
good.
Therefore, you get a new appliance.
Yep.
It's really small. It's just a box like
this.
It's
like imagine an old VHS cassette.
Oh. So the older one of you know this?
Yeah.
Maybe some are too young.
If you're too young, then yeah, sorry, but you know, Google it. Maybe you'll find something.
Yes.
But yeah, it's literally about that size, and it's got a lot more performance in terms of resources in comparison to our old service.
Yes, it's stronger and faster than all our old appliances we had, and it has an advantage. It has a HDMI port, so you can plug in a monitor, and you don't have to do unattended setups.
Yeah, that was always the problem with the Soho server, that we had to do unattended installs and so on. But with the new appliance, that's all been
so that's our new go-to appliance. Use it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And now we're going to move on to what everybody's really waiting for, pascom 18. And the first bit of information is we've got the best licensing model in the industry now, which I'm really happy about. I'm really excited. It's going to be, for us, I think, a game changer. What we've done is we switched from the named user that we currently have with pascom 17 and moved to a concurrent user subscription. This has a number of benefits. Matthias, name some.
Yeah. Why did we choose a concurrent user and why not named users? So named users had the problem, if you have a fax machine, you need a named user. If you have a conference room, cleaning room, I don't know
whatever,
what you have.
intercom, or you had lots of hotel rooms.
Hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Ugliest example.
Yes, I know.
Many
I'm terribly sorry.
So, named users is not perfect for those. Not even somehow fitting for those.
No, and even if you're a normal business and you've got shift work, for example, a small contact center with shift work, it's not a great solution.
Yes, it's not a great solution. Yeah. You need much more licenses than you actually need or use.
Exactly.
Just for the reason it's a named user. Many of our competitors have named users also, and we wanted to make it better. Then you could argue, the user channel model.
Could do.
Some other people, some other companies like channel models. Yeah. We don't.
No, we don't.
Why? Why? Channel model is always very intransparent. You don't know, you never know how many channels you will use.
No.
Let's make an example. You have a new whatever PBX and get a call.
Yes.
One channel or two channels? Two.
Yes,
because one from the trunk to your PBX, one from the PBX to you, even if you did not answer the call. Already two. So you get the call, you have a team of, let's say, 5 users, and all the phones are ringing at once, and one picks up the phone. How many channels?
I'm going to go on a limb and say 6.
Yes, 6.
Yep.
One for the incoming, for the 5 ringings, 5 channels.
Exactly.
Then one picks up, then you still need 2 channels.
Yes.
Then you want to transfer the call, 3 channels. The other one picks up, 2 channels again.
Yep.
So you never know. You just have to guess. You buy a license in a size of whatnot, and then you see, oh, it
doesn't work, and then I have to upgrade and pay even more money and all this kind of stuff.
So this was also not an option for us.
No.
We wanted something which is transparent, easy to understand, and fair,
Yeah.
and you know what you get. Another problem of the channel model is if you got incoming calls and you're running out of channels, your customer gets
either busy,
beep, 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 or running out of license.
which is even worse.
Yes, and this is just not acceptable for us.
No. Customer service comes first for us.
Yes. So what did we do? We said we introduced something which is very known in the IT industry, a long time ago, already introduced. This is the concurrent user.
Yeah.
So this does mean you can have as many users as you like.
Yeah.
As many as you like. You can create them out of your Active Directory or whatever. And then only if you really use the system, you need the license. And if you stop using the system, you don't use the license. Like Microsoft connection license.
Yeah, exactly.
For instance. The only remaining question is, when do you use the system? So we could say, yeah, you use the system in any case, so you always need a license. This would not be fair. What we did is, we say you don't require a license if you get an inbound call.
Yeah.
So inbound calls are totally out of, or you don't need a license.
Yeah.
Then, if you don't use the desktop clients, if the desktop client is closed, if you're not connected to the server, and if you don't pair your mobile with the server, then you don't use a license. And if your desktop phone just is in standby mode, so it does nothing, it's also no license. Yeah. You only pay for a license if you use the license if you do an outbound call.
Yeah, and actively using the solution.
Actively using the solution with making a call or connecting the client or if you pair your mobile. So this is when you really use the system. If you stop using it, the license is free again. Yeah.
So basically, in essence, if you are using the UC functionality in any way or outbound VoIP telephony, and then a license is required.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there is one very important thing. In difference to the channel model, you can have a maximum of 1 license per user. Yeah. Maximum. Even if you do an outbound call while you are opening your desktop client, while you are paired to the mobile, it's still 1 license maximum. Because you are a user, you're using it, and while you're using it, you cannot consume more than 1 license. Yeah.
So basically what we've done is we've put a license system in place that is unlimited users, unlimited endpoints, unlimited channels, unlimited extensions. So we've taken the best of named channel and extension and put it into the concurrent user package. And we hope you'll agree that it is out there with the fairest and best license model on the market.
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions about the licensing, then of course just drop us a line and I'll be more than happy to go through it. And of course the next thing that we need to know about licensing is price.
Yes.
Yeah, so
what does it cost?
Exactly. As we already mentioned, we switched on to a subscription model. Now, why did we do a subscription model?
We do a subscription model because many people are now moving to the cloud. Yeah. And moving to the cloud means you have to have a kind of subscription.
Yes.
But many say, no, I don't want to do it now. I want to go for an on-site solution first. And so we unified our licensing models, and there is only a subscription, and we offer you also a free hosting.
Yeah.
So you don't waste your money for an outdated licensing system.
Yeah, exactly.
You can buy today, use it online for the next years, or on-site for the next years if you like, and then move anytime to the cloud. And there is no different contract, no different cost. No, nothing. You can just move.
It's exactly the same, on-premise cloud, always the same licensing. And this is particularly relevant, for example, a customer who is perhaps moving away from the ISDN and is contemplating cloud for the future. But now we're sitting there going, okay, he's got some on-premise infrastructure that he wants to use, virtualization or whatever. He can use that, and then later on in 2 years' time, migrate into the cloud without having to reinvest. And that's the main thing. It's without having to reinvest.
Yes. Yeah. No reinvest.
Yeah. Good.
Choose pascom and never reinvent.
Exactly. So yeah, on terms of the pricing, I think we pretty much covered it, but the main highlight I would like to point out is Matthias said free hosting. So regardless of whether you go on-premise or not, you're always able to come into our cloud for free, and that's permanently. It's not that we give it away for 1 year and then you have to pay. You can always use the pascom.cloud solution free of charge. So, yeah.
And there are two different models.
There are.
Maybe you're confused, but it's very, very easy. There is a basic and a premium subscription. Why? Basic is without pascom support.
Yeah.
So
you can get
it is
support.
with support through our community forum.
Exactly, yeah.
In our support forum, or you can choose one of our great partners and he can do the support for you, on-site support.
Yeah.
Or you choose the premium subscription, which means flat rate pascom support is included.
Yeah. You can call us, you can email us, you can use our ticket system.
Remote support.
Initial setup of the solutions included. So all that is there in the premium package. Of course, if you have a reseller or IT service provider that you always go to, tell them to sign up with pascom if he hasn't already, and you can...
there may be some which are not signed up already.
I don't know why, but there may be
some.
some.
I also don't know why, but there are few people out there.
More people are coming over to our side.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So moving on from licensing. The next bit we've got, what happens to existing customers? We've got some existing customers on the line, so we need to discuss what we're going to do with them. And basically everything stays as is if the customer so chooses. If the customer chooses that they want to switch to pascom 18,
they can. We will see the upgrade path later.
Exactly. We're going to do a little bit of an introduction to not only how to do the upgrade, but also what requirements need to be, or what steps need to be taken to do the upgrade itself in terms of the commercial side. Matthias can go through that later on. But the important thing is everything stays as is until the customer decides that they want to change.
Yeah, you can buy more users with the old model.
Yep.
You can do what you ever want in the old model. But if you buy something new, it's the new model, for sure.
Okay, good. So now the next thing, which is particularly useful for mobile users, and it's excellent audio quality.
Yes, we had it before.
We did have it before, but now it's even better. It's even more advanced on enhanced. So what have we done to ensure that excellent audio quality is available everywhere?
For everybody who is not interested in technical details,
look away now.
Just look away now and say, okay, maybe the quality is better. I will test it and I will see if it's better. For everybody who is interested in technical details, I have a slide. So what to say? We changed the codec from G711, maybe you can find the point with the G711, to Opus. G711 is the industry standard codec, which is used for all of our PSTN, or the most of it. It's ISDN codec. You can see it uses exactly 64K.
Yes.
That's why it's an ISDN codec, and it's not adaptive at all. So if you have lower bandwidth than 64K, it starts to get bad and packet loss and whatnot, and bad audio quality, robotic voice and whatnot. If you compare it to Opus, this is the green line on the top, you can see that at a quality of 64K, we have already almost full band stereo with Opus. So it's really consuming a lot less bandwidth as it can, and it's really, really good. So if you compare it to ISDN quality, you only need 8K. So now you could argue this is not important because I have always LTE network on my mobile. So what should happen there? I have always a 64K. Why? But it's not always the case. And your network gets better and it changes maybe the network because you go from one country to another or from one place to another. So you have quality problems maybe in the network. And there Opus is really, really cool. Even if it's then transcoded to G711 for the PSTN, it's still that you have a very, very good connection to the PBX and nobody can realize that you're not in the office. And
it's not only for mobile app users, it's integrated into all our applications. So for example, if you're in a hotel, you're on business or whatever, and the Wi-Fi in the hotel is not the best, we've all been there, Opus can really help you out to ensure the quality is as it should be, and your callers, or the people who are calling you, or you're calling them, won't notice that you're actually not in the office.
And for sure, If you have a local call or if you have a call to a colleague of you, then it's really amazing quality.
Yeah, of course.
You have no background noise. You have a much broader bandwidth, so you really hear a huge difference.
So that's a good step forward. And the next thing that we've done on terms of PASCOM 18 is we've taken the session border controller from our multi-tenant cloud stack and packed it into every single phone system.
Yes.
This has a number of considerable advantages. One is more security. Second one is more mobility for on-premise solutions. But Matthias, take us through it.
Yeah. So session border controller is also very technical.
Yes.
So what is a session border controller? I could now explain, yeah, it's this and that, and it does transitions from this to that and encryption here and there. It's complicated.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it enables you to integrate all your mobile needs to the PASCOM server. You could do this in the cloud already for a long time because we did all the complicated stuff for you. But now you can do it also on-site for your on-site installations. What does this mean? You can easily put the PASCOM 18 server into the internet. This is very dangerous normally, but with PASCOM 18 not, because it uses only encryption, it uses TLS, it uses rate limits, it uses whatnot, so you can put it directly into the internet and connect your mobile people to your local PBX. So this is what a session border controller is for, in easy words.
Yeah, in easy words. And I mean, the benefit of the customers here is, you know, you could get away with, everything's 100% cloud ready now, so you can get away with the VPN infrastructures that you previously required for home office, for example. So they're gone now. And also the main one is mobile integrations.
Yeah. Normally, as I told you, it's complicated. You have to deal, if you want to really make it secure, you have to deal with certificates. You have to know the network infrastructure a lot. You have to deal with the certificate is running out of time. You have to renew certificates, whatnot. So normally it's relatively complicated to handle certificates.
With PASCOM 18, it's not. We do a lot for you, including the encryption with certificates.
We use Let's Encrypt to encrypt everything. Normally, maybe you think Let's Encrypt is to encrypt the homepage to switch to HTTPS, but for sure you can encrypt almost every communication with it.
Okay.
SIP like the HTTP communication like whatnot. So we encrypt everything, and with the help of Let's Encrypt, it's just a click of a button to use all of this. So for sure, if you are an on-site guy, so you do your installation on-site, and you do it for your customer or for your company, then you have to know something about network technology still. But we try to reduce it as much as possible. If it's still too much, so I will make a demonstration now. And if you say it's still too much,
come to the cloud.
Come to the cloud.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so that means it's live demo time. So you're going to show us everything about the session border controller.
Not everything.
Well, not everything, but what the customers need to know.
What the customers think.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, great.
Good. So take it away.
Okay. So how does it look like? I'm now logged into the brand new PASCOM 18 server. I set it up locally here. You can see it's a local IP address. I'm logged in. I've paired my appliance with the free license, which you can get if you like. So the free license is the same as the community license. You can use it anytime. So this is what I got. And I have phone systems. Here I have one PASCOM phone system, which is not configured yet. So I could click in there and then configure the PBX itself. I don't do this now because first I prepare the network. Why? There is a reason. If I start this instance now, or if I go to the instance, I can invite people to my new shiny PBX system, and then they can join us.
They get email invites for example, setting up the desktop client, setting up the mobile apps and all that. All the information
tied to the local IP address.
Exactly.
So they pair their mobile and pair it with the local IP address, and they say, oh, that's working great. And then they go out of the office and then bang, everything is destroyed.
Yeah, not so good.
So if this is your policy, that you say it's just a local system, I don't want to connect the internet, I just want everything local, then just go ahead, configure it. But if you want to connect everything with the session border controller to the internet, and do it now, before you enter the PBX.
We've got this all written in our documentation.
Yes, we have an upgrade guide.
We do have an upgrade guide.
Yes, here.
So
upgrade guide.
There it is. There it is.
Use it.
Yeah. So when you're upgrading for PASCOM 17 or older, that's the way to do it. There. So back to the session border controller configurations and so on.
What you have to do is first log into your whatever firewall and do some port forwardings. For sure, the port forwardings are all documented in our documentation. You can read which ports you need. And you have to configure a plain port forwarding. Because in Germany, we have, where we're located, we have a lot of Fritzbox users. We have here in our demo environment a Fritzbox. So sorry for that, it's in German and it's ugly and whatnot, but it's what the most people use. So I just guide you through it. It's easy to understand. So here I have the Fritzbox. And here I have the internet configurations, and here I can share something. So please just focus here on the names and the ports. You can see I just forward to the local pascom instance HTTP, HTTPS, zip-TLS, the pascom client itself, and SRTP. So everything encrypted. The port 80 is just a redirect, and it's just needed for Let's Encrypt, because Let's Encrypt wants to use 80 and 443 to have a check if this is really you and to create a certificate on the fly. If you have your own certificate because you're a bigger vendor, not a bigger vendor, have a bigger network installation, then yes, use it. And then you don't need those two ports. But in our case, we need it. That's it. And that's all you have to do. Those ports forwarded directly to the pascom server. In the German presentation, we had a question regarding this, and they asked me if I have a real firewall and nothing to play for children. So, and I have a DM set, and I have a big network. Can I put the server directly into the internet and give you the DNS name from my DNS? Sure. Just put it into your DM set, give it the external IP address, and you don't have to do this. But there are many smaller installations, not even in Germany, not only in Germany. They have one router, no DM set, no official IP address, just one, which they get from the provider. And for them, it's like this. Just port forward everything you need to the system. This is the one thing you need. The second thing you need is a valid DNS name, because you get certificates only on valid DNS names. You could just use self-signed certificates. We deliver, we ship automatically and generate for every customer new self-signed certificates. Maybe some people say that's good enough. You cannot validate them. So that's the drawback. But maybe they say it's good enough. But if you want to use our Let's Encrypt integration, you need a DNS name. But it's easy. Most of the smaller installations of the smaller routers have something like a dynamic DNS, which you can use. This is a global service, no IPcom you can use. And you can just say, this is my domain name, pascom18ddns.net, and this will be used as my DNS name for my IP address. So this is an easy way if you don't own, or if nobody owns it because you have it in the cloud most of the time. But if you can administer a DNS server, then use something like this. In my case, I just said this is my IP address. It's always good to check it. If it works, you can ping it. You can see, this is my external IP address of my router here, and it's tied to the DNS name. So that's it. I can just go back in here, and that's all I have to do. I have to have a valid DNS name, and I have to have this port forwarding. So what's next? I go to interfaces. This is my interface where I did the forwarding to. So you can see here the IP address of the interface. What I do first is here I put in the DNS name I want. Then it says, yes, it has to restart the interface if you change that. This is what I do first. What it does, it creates a job and reconfigures my interface. So nothing else. If I did this, I can go back to edit, and I can switch from self-signed certificate to Let's Encrypt. Save. Yes. It restarts the interface again, applies the encryption, and is up and running. So that's it. You don't need to know 100 things about the session border controller. You just need to know this. Now it's encrypted and ready to run. Here you can see that, okay, if you have a new certificate, you have to accept. If you go to the local IP address again, you have to accept this once again. You can see here that everything is secured by the interface. So this interface only allows TLS, SRTP, and so on and so forth. And it's not only the interface, every interface has a session border controller on its own. So with clicking a little bit, you configure the underlying session border controller, which is available for each interface automatically, full auto, so you don't have to know something else.
It's actually quite painless. There's not a lot that you have to do there.
No. You have to do it right. So if the port forwarding is wrong, the interface will fail because the Let's Encrypt certificate could not be established.
But once everything's correctly configured, if you follow our documentation, then it's very straightforward and there's a lot of automation in there.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. Cool.
So next step is, now we go to the phone system. And as you can see, there is a visit. We are still on the local IP address, but this does not matter. So the system is now available on the local IP address and with certificate with the official name, you will see in a minute. So I can start now, I can accept the end user license agreement. Here, you could upload one of the Moby Dick backups you have.
Yes,
so
that's why the whale's there.
That's why the whale is there. Or it even can handle pascom backups. From
Really?
Really.
That's quite handy, I think.
Yes, and there you can upload it. This is also the migration. If you have an old system, make the backup, store it on your local disk, make the new system, apply the backup.
Yeah.
Even if you move to our cloud services, make the backup of your local installation, go to the cloud, the same visit will appear, you can upload it.
Yeah.
I say no, because I start from scratch. Then I create an administrator account for my PBX. As always, my name.
Now the good thing is, anybody who knows pascom from the past, you'll know that there was an admin user automatically added when you set up the solution. What we do now, because the concurrent user, we don't need that anymore. You can set up your own personalized admin account in this wizard here, and then
use it.
Exactly. So you basically save yourself a little bit of extra effort there.
Yes. The next thing we can save effort is, now you can invite other users to the system. Now you could wonder, how could this work? This is my local installation. I did not touch the mail server at all.
I haven't configured it in any way.
How can I invite somebody? This works with our new service, which is called Cloud MX. So pascom.cloud has their own mail server infrastructure, which every customer and also free users can use. And you invite them over our mail system. If you don't like our mail system, then you can reconfigure it. You can use your own mail system. But we found out that many people just find it annoying to configure the mail system. And now we just do the job for you. So you can invite users on the fly. They just get an email, they get a link, and they can then come to your PBX, create their own password, so you don't have to deal with passwords and stuff. You just invite them to your system. We will create everything for you. I skipped that because I'm alone on this system. Here you got a hint that you have to have a zip provider to go to the PSTN. We have a lot of templates for that. Then this is the user visit. This is the same which would be sent to everybody you invite.
So if you had invited a few people in the step previously, this is basically where they would land by clicking the link.
Yes. Plus one extra page where they can set their password. Here you can download our clients. Here you see how you should log into the client, the username, the password, and the name server or the server. And here you can see it's already mentioning the external server. So they invite it and they use already the external server. Same goes for pairing the mobile app. So now you can pair your mobile app. You can do it for your own, or every user can do it on his own. Next, and then you're done. And then you're in here in your PBX instance. If you are a pascom follower over the years, then
this won't be new to you.
This is.
But I think now we've basically illustrated why you should do the management UI and the session border controller configuration first, because everything that gets sent in the wizards, if you don't do it first, it will be outdated when you do it.
Yes.
So
the next thing is we can prove that it worked. So we have this DDNS. And /pascom is access to my instance because I named it pascom. And then you can see here we are, and here we have a valid certificate. It's no longer green because Chrome decided that green is now gray because encrypted is the default nowadays. But you have the valid certificate and everything is fine and set up and ready for you. So that's the session border controller.
Cool. Now the next big thing, obviously, as part of pascom 18, we've said everything's 100% cloud ready, and we also obviously offer our own cloud services. So there's some new bits and pieces with pascom.cloud, which Matthias is going to take us through, and I think we're going to start off with the VPN connector, are we not?
Yes. First we say when should I move to the pascom cloud?
That's true. That's a good idea.
If the last two slides were too technical for you, then go to the pascom cloud. If you loved what we've seen on the last two slides, use on-site installations.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
No.
Good. So the VPN connector, what's it for and what's it do?
The VPN connector solves a main problem of cloud solutions. You have your CRM, ERP system, whatnot on site.
All your local services.
All your local services, you have them on site. Maybe you're already in the cloud, okay, but many of you not. There is one service which you need, which is on site.
Yeah.
Pascom only makes sense if it has cool data sources like all your addresses in the phone book.
Active
then
Directory.
Active Directory. You can synchronize it, or you can search even on your mobiles then for your customers.
Exactly.
You can call them through the one number concept and so on and so forth. So it's really cool. You can use our labels. So you get a call, you know, aha, this is a customer of mine. He has contract level, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I have to answer now. VIP. We have a great system with our labels and everything.
Yeah.
But it's all worth nothing if you have no data.
Data is king.
Yes. So you have to connect your local systems. For many people, the problem was I moved to the cloud and I cannot connect my local systems. Yeah. Now you can. In your cloud instance, you can add a gateway as a analog or ISDN gateway. You can add a VPN gateway.
Okay.
What it does, it creates a VPN gateway on your cloud instance, and you can download credentials for an OpenVPN client. OpenVPN is available for free for almost every operating system. Yep. And then you can connect your local server to the cloud. And then you have an exclusive tunnel between your local installation and your instance in our cloud. And that's really cool because over that tunnel, you can do whatever you want. Maybe you have a door opener on site which cannot talk TLS.
Yep.
Something. You can connect it. And that's what's the connector for.
Okay.
And I think it solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, because that was one of the main problems when we first launched the cloud solution. There was a lot of questions about how they access their local services. And we talked to a lot of people about it, and this is what we've come up with. And I think it's a good step forward on that front.
Yes.
Good. So now...
So no excuses.
No excuses anymore. Now the next thing we've done for pascom 18 is the desktop client. And we're using it as a proxy now. And what this means is it can talk to endpoints in the local network where the desktop client is. To a certain degree. Because what you have in the past, when you had a cloud solution, you had your desktop phone sitting in your office network and the cloud solution hosted somewhere over in the pascom cloud. And of course, how do they talk to each other directly? So now, Matthias, what does using the client as a proxy mean now?
This means that the cloud solutions don't talk directly with the endpoint on your desk, but they talk to the desktop client because they have already a connection established, a secure connection established. And then the server says, hey, this and that guy wants to make a phone call. Then it talks to the desktop client, and the desktop client then says to the phone, please dial.
Okay.
Normally you could say, why does the desktop client not directly talk to the phone? This would be much easier because there are also server triggered events. Like if you use our APIs and you say to the server, hey, Matthias wants to dial, then it should work somehow. Yep. So we have the client as a proxy. Okay. And so on-site and cloud just behave the same.
Exactly the same. Exactly, and that's important, especially if you're a existing pascom customer that is thinking of moving into the cloud. You want the behavior for your end users to stay the same as much as possible.
Yeah. The same but better.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's one of the big things that we've done, and the people who I've talked to about it have found it as a really good leap forward. And now it's time for our live demo of the pascom cloud. So Matthias is going to take us through the whole setup process of a cloud instance, including our free ones.
Yes. So I have to sign into my pascom. If you don't have a account yet, create one. If you have already company details, please just ask sales to enable my pascom for you. We had this before to manage your licenses. Now it's upgraded to a new level where you can even fire up new cloud instances on the fly. I can show you. So I have a studio, like this. I'm logged in. I have a subscription. This is my on-site subscription, which I used here. So this is my on-site server. I registered this as a free server. As an on-site server, you can see it because of the nice house. It's on-site. So now I add a new subscription. Here I can choose cloud or on-site. I choose cloud. I can choose free, basic, premium. And I say start for free. I choose a name. Studio 9.
One thing you have to notice with the name is that the first 4 digits have to be letters. Am I correct?
Yes. This is not correct in the English translation. In the German, it's correct. Sorry for that.
Yeah. But
Studio 9 is valid.
Exactly. But you can mix letters and numbers, but the first 4 have to be letters. The reason for that is security reasons, I understand. So, yeah.
Whatever reasons, but it is like it is.
Exactly. So what's happening in these 2 minutes to prepare?
In these 2 minutes, we have a relatively huge cluster now of many nodes.
Okay.
So we have a multi-host system, which is also very soon available for our CSPs.
Okay.
There we say, hey, system, we need a new instance.
Okay.
And then they choose which is the right host for it.
Closest, fastest connection.
Closest, fastest, whatever. Less instances, whatever you define. You can define how it should be distributed. And now it's distributed and it's chosen. It does the setup for you. It does prepare the installation for you. So it does everything for you and prepares the
everything that's technologically happening in the background is happening now during these 2 minutes, and this isn't fake or anything. This is live. So hopefully very shortly. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got it almost spot on, just like we did in the German webinar. It's now ready. So
it's now ready.
Yeah.
When we don't know what to say, then it's ready.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can now click on Go to my instance. It goes to my instance, and here you can see the very same wizard like on-site. So I say yes. Blah. I can upload the backup again if I like, and so on and so forth. I don't do this a second time because we've seen this already in the on-site. So it's exactly the same, and then your cloud instance is up and running for free. And you can start, you can play around, you can pair your mobile, you can add your clients, you can test it, you can maybe add a test trunk to it if you like. And then if you're satisfied, you can upgrade. If you're not happy with the 2 concurrent users, which are free, maybe you are.
Who knows?
Maybe
Small office, home office, who knows? But this is another big advantage of the concurrent user model. When the named user, when we had the free version, which was for 3 users, 4 with the admin, you couldn't do a full system setup. You couldn't bring in all your users and all this kind of stuff and endpoints because it was too limited with the named user. But now you can set up your entire system from A to Z, 100% complete, and then say, okay, now I'm ready, upgrade.
Hopefully we did the right thing.
Yeah, we hope so. All right, so now that leaves a few questions for existing customers, for example. What do we do? How do we upgrade them? So we've got a few upgrade options to go through. And
not only for customers, you will see.
Yeah, there is a special one at the end.
For cross upgrading.
Yeah, so Matthias, what have we got for the upgrade to pascom 18?
So you can stay in the named user model. So we don't, this is really important, we don't force our existing customers to move to a new license model. Never. They can stay in the old license model if they like. They can buy new users in the old license model. They can upgrade to 18 and whatnot and use it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So everything is cool for them.
Yeah.
But you could also switch to the new model with a cloud option. So you say, I need more users and I want to go to 18. So I switch the model. But why should you do this? There are 2 reasons for it. If you want to switch now, you get 1 year free.
Yeah.
So you can use it for 1 year free. Then you could say, yeah, but still 1 year free. Okay, I want to use it on site. But if you think I want to move to new server hardware, or I want to move in the cloud,
Yeah.
then now there is the time, because now you get the 1 year free. You can prepare yourself for the future, and then you can take your time and say, in 1 year or in 2 years, maybe I move to the cloud.
Yeah. So you save yourself on having to reinvest in new hardware, and you save yourself on the 1 year free.
Yeah.
So there's not really any argument against that one.
Yeah. And the third option is easy. You just say, hey, I wanted to go to the cloud years before, and now it's easy and straightforward. Use the 1 year voucher and go there.
Yeah, exactly. So for those two options, to migrate existing customers to pascom 18 and go on to the new subscription model, we are offering 1 year free. And we've got another special offer.
Yes, if you love the blue-colored PBX, then you can move now to the Pascom, and you get whatever license you choose 1 year for free, even with premium support.
Yes.
So isn't it cool?
It is cool.
That's enough.
Yeah, good. So now it's time for the Q&A session. Firstly, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to quickly refresh all the questions that have come in onto my laptop, and hopefully we can go in there. And so, going to start from top to bottom. First question, do I need a second license when I use the mobile app? No.
No, as we said before, as a maximum, one user. And that's very important to understand. As one user, you cannot have a situation. Yeah, sure, I can call you and we both have opened our desktop clients, then it's two.
Yeah.
But then we are also two users.
Yes.
But a one user can never have more than one license.
Exactly. So difference from the extension model here, obviously the more endpoints you have, it doesn't matter. You can have your desktop phone, you can have your desktop client, your mobile app. You can have two mobile apps if you wanted. It's still one license. Right. Then I've got one here. Did I hear that correctly? Inbound calls do not count as a license. Yes, that is correct. But only if you're taking it on a desktop or DECT phone.
Yes, if you've opened your client before, because you're using soft phones only, then no.
Of course, you already got a license assigned to you if your client is open.
Yes.
But
what's more important, you never, because you connected your client beforehand then, but you never come into the situations where a potential customer or important customer is calling you and gets annoying information that you run out of licensing for taking the call.
Exactly. Yeah. Next question. It's a good one. How long will pascom 17 be supported?
Yeah, that's a good one, because you don't, maybe you don't want to move to 18 because of whatever reason. You have to, as we mentioned before, if you upgrade, then you have to reinstall and use the backup.
Yeah.
Maybe you just say, no, I don't want to do this, because we could do in-place upgrades before just on the click of a button. Now we changed the technology a lot and we're not able to do this. So we expect many customers to stay on the 17.
Yeah.
For a time. And then they say, now I want to upgrade, now I have the time, now I really want to upgrade. And therefore we want to have as long as possible support on the LTS version. And so 17 gets the next LTS version.
Okay.
If we start to say now this is LTS, there is at least 2 years of support.
Okay. I mean, don't know when exactly it's going to go to LTS. So we've got at least 2 years plus some.
Plus maybe another year.
So it's going to be supported for a while. So you don't have to have any worries on that front. You can make a decision as and when you want to upgrade. We've already answered this question. Still purchase new user licenses for pascom 17. Yep. And then with the upgrade offers, pascom 18 stay in the old licensing model for now. Yep, that's good. Are the old classic clients backwards compatible with pascom 18?
No.
No.
No. If you use the classic client, then get rid of the classic client now.
There's only one reason why you might want to keep the classic client.
Yes, maybe because you use the flex panels.
Yeah, I think that's what this question's alluding to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So no flex panels in 18.
Yeah.
But the good news is there will be flex panels very soon.
I think pascom 19.
Pascom 19. Yes, we promised it already in the German presentation, so we have to repeat this promise.
And I was watching, so
yeah,
good. So pascom 19 will have
a video and
so not only flex panels, but also wallboards, but also video. Another question here: where is the solution hosted? Because you mentioned multi-tenant.
Yes, the solution is hosted in our German data centers. So we have 2 different data centers for security reasons, and there it's hosted. So I don't think this is very important for non-German people, but
some people.
maybe we have also certificates, so we fulfill all the German laws for sure.
Exactly.
So we have all the certificates and tests and whatnot that we really care about data protection.
And you know, if you're a European customer and you've got, you know, you're now subject to new data protection laws and so on, rest assured, if you want to go into pascom.cloud, we abide by German data protection plus European. So German is a bit more stringent. So you know your data is very secure and it's not going to any third-party provider or anything like that.
They will kill us if we do so.
So it's coming to us, and if you want the certificates, then by all means, just get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to provide them to you. You may have to learn a little bit of German because it's a German company, but I can tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Good. Got another question here. What happens when new versions come, like 18.2 or 18.6? When is it updated in the cloud?
Yeah. We update it not automatically, so we don't deploy just the updates and then say, oh, everything is new, ha ha ha. You can choose.
Okay.
So if you stay on 18.0, we have 18.1, then you can just choose, yes, I want to upgrade or not.
Yeah.
Also for our existing cloud customers, they all can choose, I want to upgrade now, and then we upgrade.
Okay.
So we don't do this
and
by default. Sure, if there is a critical security issue, we just will update them.
Yeah.
But in the normal case,
yes. So I mean, for example, if you come to the Pascom Cloud and you have a specific reason for staying on 18 or 18.1, all you have to do is just say, I don't want to update. Simple.
Yes.
And done. That also applies if you buy over one of our CSP partners. They can manage the upgrades on that front as well.
The secret is that if you have a container technology, normally you have one big cloud solution, but we have containerized it so every container can have its own version.
So our hosting platform is, you can understand it's multi-tenant, but it's not multi-tenant, it's multi-instance.
Yes.
Principle from shared volume license for multi-tenant, but everything's containerized and secure and can be running separate versions of the software. Good. Question here. How do I connect analog devices to Pascom 18? We talked about it already.
We mentioned it, but
it's gateway. Our recommendation would be to go for one of the little Grandstream ATAs or something. Yes. Which, as I said before, very cost effective and So there's a question here. It's a bit of a confusion. Are old Pascom servers, I presume you mean hardware servers, compatible with Pascom 18? Yes.
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
And
I can show this.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the
documentation
docs when I can find
there it is.
Here.
Yeah.
Here you can see our history. So here is the new appliance.
Yep.
Here is the SMB server, and you can see how to upgrade it, what are the requirements, how you can flash a USB stick, blah, blah, blah. The Soho server, how you can do an under-tenant setup for it with Pascom 18, and so on and so forth. And here is the upgrade guide. Yep. So it guides you through a checklist. It helps you how to proceed and to reinstall your server on whatever machine we support, virtual machine, whatever. And
while we're on this page, one thing that is definitely worth noting, read it, please, because with Pascom 18, there's a few changes to the core and the update process. There's a question here about, is it automatic from 17 to 18? No, it's not. You do have to do a backup. Make sure your backup is secure and everything of Pascom 17, and then come into the Pascom 18 environment through My Pascom, set up a new instance, and that's why we have the option in there to upload your backups.
Yes.
And it's very important that you go through these steps. Otherwise, if you don't do a backup, that's
you will fail.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, good. Quick last refresh. If there's any more questions coming in. We've answered that one about wallboards.
I think they get redundant now.
Yeah, so we're going to leave it for that and say thank you very much for watching. Until next time, thanks very much. Until then.
See you.
Bye.